Hey guys, Taylor here, and today I'm back with another Division 2 video. Now in this one I'm going to show off a build I've been using the past couple of days that deals a high amount of damage to elites. Now before I do get into it, I do just want to let you know we are still hosting a giveaway this month, and that's for the chance to win a limited edition Super Smash Bros. Nintendo Switch. To enter that, simply follow the link down in the description. With that being said, let's jump straight into the video. So first up, the primary weapon. This is a Paratrooper SVD rolled with eyeless, accurate and stop, drop and roll. Now I'm not too fussed about accurate and stop, drop and roll. Both of them are pretty decent talents, but eyeless unfortunately is not the one you want here. You're going to want Ranger here, and if you do manage to get a Paratrooper SVD with Ranger here, it's going to take this build that I'm showing off to a whole new level. The 4 mods I have on my SVD are the Hollow Sight, which is 8% damage to elites. The magazine is the Sturdy Marksman Mag, which gives me plus 20% stability. The Vertical Grip gives me 10% accuracy, and finally the Flash Hider for 5% crit hit damage. Now the secondary, I'm still using the Ruthless because for the life of me I cannot get the Merciless to drop, but we're only using this for the holstered perk, which is Brutality. While holstered, landing a shot has a 5% chance to deal plus 20% damage as explosive damage. You've seen in the past couple of videos or build videos that I've done on this channel that I am a big fan of the Brutality holstered perk, and by no surprise I'm using it again in this one. The specialization tree that I'm using is the Sharpshooter. This is mainly for the headshot damage because the increased weapon damage is for the rifle, and like I've said a couple of times already that I'm using a Marksman Rifle, so that doesn't really change anything, but the headshot damage is very nice to have. Now although I'm using the Sharpshooter, you could also use the Demolitionist if you've managed to spec out that tree instead, because that's going to increase explosive damage, and of course you're using the Merciless holstered talent, which of course deals explosive damage. So you do have the choice between the Sharpshooter specialization or the Demolitionist specialization. So with the weapons out of the way, let's move on to gear. I'm using one piece Douglas and Harding for the mask, and that's going to give me plus 5% accuracy, just because I did find that the SVD did sort of bounce around a little bit and was very inaccurate at times. So where possible, I did try to include a bit of accuracy and a bit of stability. It also rolled really nicely with an offensive attribute of 32% damage to elites. As well as that, the talent is hard hitting, which is another 15% damage to elites. So on the mask alone, that's about 47% damage to elites there. Now the chest is where it could do with some work, because I'm currently using the Overlord armaments, and only one piece of this is going to give me 10% rifle damage. But I'm not actually using a rifle, I'm using a Marksman Rifle. So the brand set talent there isn't really doing anything for me, but the attributes and talent are really nice. I've got 6.5% crit hit chance, 6.5% crit hit damage, and a nice 9% weapon damage. As well as that, the perk on this chest was hard hitting again, so another 15% damage to elites. If you have any suggestions on this build and what you've seen of it so far, especially the chest, let me know what you would think would make sense to put here instead. But like I said, I'm mainly using this for the talent and the attributes on it. The holster is first of 3 pieces of the Arekkz Holdings brand set. The reason I'm wearing 3 pieces are for the headshot damage and the Marksman Rifle damage. So I've got 10% accuracy, 10% headshot damage, and 10% Marksman Rifle damage for wearing 3 pieces of the Arekkz Holdings brand set. The attribute on the holster is 16% crit hit damage. No talent rolled on this, but the offensive mod gives me an extra 1.5% weapon damage, as well as 2% Marksman Rifle damage. The second piece of the Arekkz Holdings brand set that I'm wearing is the backpack. This has got plus 5% weapon damage, as well as the talent hard hitting again on here. Safeguard isn't active, so you don't really need to look at that. The gloves are actually pretty nice. Third and final piece of the Arekkz Holdings brand set. 8% Marksman Rifle damage and devastating plus 5% weapon damage. And last but not least, the knee pads, and these are some Wyvern Wear knee pads. The one piece bonus for wearing Wyvern Wear gives you 7% crit hit damage. The attribute that rolled on here is 7% crit hit chance, and then I managed to also have hard hitting on here as well, so another 15% damage to elites. Got an offensive mod on here which gives me plus 1% weapon damage, as well as 2.5% headshot damage. So yeah, that's the build. 3 pieces of Arekkz Holdings, 1 piece Wyvern Wear, 1 piece Douglas and Harding, and 1 piece Overlord armaments. Now trust me, there's a lot of room for improvements here. You could definitely get some higher attribute rolls, as well as, like I mentioned, getting Ranger on the SVD. Now just going over some of the stats, as you can see I've got a nice 60% crit hit damage. Unfortunately crit hit chance is pretty low, I am going to try and work on that, and a crazy 176% headshot damage. As well as that, 20% accuracy, 20% stability, Got 22.5% weapon damage bonus, as well as 20% marksman rifle damage, and then the main one here is 100% damage to elites. So yeah, if you hadn't already gathered, this build is mainly aimed at damage to elites and headshot damage. I'm going to quickly show you what it's capable of in the firing range. And as you can see here, I'm getting anywhere between 1 million and 2 million DPS. And it's going through those elites like a hot knife through butter. But I can't stress enough, there is so many improvements you can make to this build to probably push it more around 2.5, even 2.8 million DPS. I'm definitely going to keep on putting the grind in on this build because it's a lot of fun to use and it breezes through a lot of the harder content, especially when you're playing solo.
Thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to check out some more awesome stuff from us here at Arekkz Gaming, then you should definitely try to catch TwoSixNine and Paradise Central streaming 6 days a week. You can find a link to the multi-stream in the description box down below. They play a wide range of games, and what's more, we also have the endgame store. By watching their streams, you earn currency, and you can redeem that currency on the endgame store for really cool prizes. Those can range from things like games, comics, and figures, all the way up to controllers, capture cards, and even consoles. So definitely drop by and become part of the community. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, then make sure you're subscribed and be sure to click on that little bell icon to turn on notifications so you don't miss our next upload. You can watch more videos by clicking on the options here, but once again, thanks very much for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.